Well, the catchphrase is defense wins championships for a reason. 4 out of the last 5 first-round draft selections by the Buccaneers have been defensive players. Devin White, Vita Vea, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, and now Calijah Kancey out of Pitt. The Bucs took the interior defensive lineman with the 19th overall selection in this year's NFL draft, and this is a guy to be really excited about.
You know, we're just really, really happy. We think we got a chance to get somebody. In this day and age, it's hard to find interior pass rushers. They're very few and far between, so hopefully we got one.
Now, some say Kancey is a little undersized, but you know what? It doesn't matter. He is a disruptive player. Led Pitt in sacks last year, was named an All-American, and has drawn comparisons to Aaron Donald, who some also said was a bit undersized coming out of college. And look where Aaron Donald is now. Aaron Donald is a future Hall of Famer, and he is a game wrecker at defensive tackle. Also, he has drawn comparisons to Falcons defensive lineman Grady Jarrett, and if you know that name, Grady Jarrett, it's because he has spent a fair share amount of time in the Tampa Bay backfield in those division matchups. But when it comes to Aaron Donald, Kancey says, you know what, that's awesome. He loves being compared to Aaron Donald, but he wants to be the first Calijah Kancey, and that's something I can really respect. I think this is a great selection. I think the Bucs are off to a fantastic start in this year's draft. They have the 50th overall selection in the second round, so we'll see what they do with that. I think they could address tackle at that point. They're going to have to address offensive line at some point in this draft. Most of the really great tackles were taken before the Bucs were up, so a lot of the best options for them just were not available. But at some point, they will probably address offensive tackle. Just no need to reach for that in the first round if your top guys weren't there. At some point, they will probably address linebacker depth. We don't know what's going to happen with Devin White and Levante David beyond 2023. Same thing goes for the secondary. So they could grab a true slot corner. They could also grab some safety depth because we don't know what the future looks like at safety beyond 2023. And then, of course, you have some other positions that they could just fill in for more depth along the way. They have 8 more selections. The Bucs have 8 more selections in this year's draft. So there's plenty of directions they can go. But right now, off to a great start with Calijah Kancey, a true pass rusher on the interior defensive line.